What up, 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 what up? TGIF, happy Friday. Welcome to the Wake and Bake Show. Your daily, Philly, interactive, sports, vocabulary, philosophy, motivational gaming show. And I'm a fancy clown. What up? What it do? My bot didn't announce that the stream has started, so I'm kinda concerned about that, but whatever. Hopefully you got your coffees ready. Get your coffees ready. I got mine. I'm back on a cup today. I was trying to drink from the whole bottle yesterday. I don't know what I was on, bro. Like, I literally took like 5 sips and then had to put the whole bottle back in the fridge. Hmm. Anyway, I got my water. If you smoking, get your smokes. If you ain't drinking coffee, get your water. What up, planet? Que pasó? Oh, yeah. That's funny because I've never seen it written that way. That kind of took me aback. I'm gonna play this song about these effing haters.
Them, they just wanna block your paper, them. They live and die as haters, them. Turn my head, not relating them. I'm running out of patience, dog. They just wanna block your paper, them. They live and die as haters, them. Turn my head, not relating them. I'm running out of patience, them. I'm ready to hear my voice come, then. Listen a while and then some, then. Come off the top like I'm up, then. My name in the streets and it's buzzing. You mad that I wasn't, you wasn't.
What up, Azor? Go Birds. Get drunk. Laugh. Devil with a big nose. Coffee, man. Coffee is the move. Yo, I haven't actually drank any alcohol since I started drinking coffee every day, and I'm probably gonna keep it going like that. And I do my coffee black and healthy too. Look at this. Yeah. No sugar, no cream, baby. I don't know if you was here. Nah, I'm gonna let the song play.
Ever since I was a youngin', I ain't never give up on like nothing. I still have all of my day one friends.
I don't even fold my clothes.
And I don't even fold my clothes. Pockets look like chicken parm, and I still get it for the load. Give me a 16 a dozen. I bully the beat like I got it. I dance on the track like I'm clubbing. I'm running it back like I'm southern. Most of these rappers is frontin'. They give you just what you want, and they taking the stupid shit stuntin'. I'm knocking it out and they buntin'.
Clearly didn't finish that. A minute and 38. Anyway, that joint was from like, if it was Project 31, it had to be like 2017, late 2016. And, you know, it was just a song about haters. I figured I'd play it for the day because the first thing I read today when I woke up, was, y'all niggas need to be cautious because we are at war. We are not at war, and I'm not announcing or declaring war, but that was what I read. I'll show it to you. But first, before we get into that, what up, y'all? Happy to have you here. Let's get into this word. So the word I chose for today, if you guys, okay, no, what I was gonna say, Planet, was I don't know if you was here like last week, but I basically was reporting to people that coffee is not so unhealthy. Coffee is actually very good for your blood and your circulation or circulatory system. I think that's what it is. But it's the cream and the sugar that be making people have heart attacks and die. So, an abundance of cream and sugar, day after day after day, then yeah, that'll catch up to you. So it was funny because I felt bad about having to report that to my mother because my mother just quit coffee after being an addict her whole life. And actually, she didn't even quit coffee. She quit caffeine. So she's been drinking decaf coffee for about a year now. But now it's like it was a struggle, man. It was a real struggle because she's like one of those people who drinks coffee before bed. She drinks coffee like to take a shower. Like she drinks coffee for everything. She literally has a cup in her hand every time I see her. But she had to get off of the caffeine she felt. But I just told her recently, I'm like, do a little bit of research. I don't think it was the caffeine that was messing up your heart. I think it was the cream and the sugar. So she talked to her doctor or whatever. And she figured out that a lot of the conditions that she was thinking that was onset by the coffee are still there because she still drinks decaffeinated coffee with, go figure, cream and sugar. So it really made me feel bad to have to report to my mom like, yo, you should start drinking regular coffee again, but get rid of the fucking cream and sugar. That's really what it came down to. But anyway, let's get into the word of the day. The word of the day, man, is ruminate. Ruminate.
Ruminate.
Say it for me again.
Ruminate. Ruminate.
Okay, so I was gonna get into this whole little dumb word study thing. I was gonna do obtuse and acute, right? I was gonna do that, right? I was gonna be like, you ever study fractions? You ever look at angles? You ever see somebody describe something as obtuse or acute, right? And then it's funny how it's like super technical and mathematic based, but you take that and make it an insult. Like obtuse means dull. So if I'm talking to somebody, I could be like, yo, you dull, man. You obtuse as hell. But at the same time, acute means sharp. So I could look at somebody and be like, yo, man, that was an acute observation. Bump a ball for you to get you through the day. Heck yeah, it's absolutely necessary nowadays. So I was going to do the whole acute obtuse thing, but then I was like, man, you got to just stick to one word. So as soon as I thought that thought, stick to one word. Ruminate popped into my head, and it was funny as heck because the moment I thought of ruminate, I was like, wait, what does ruminate mean again? And the first thing that popped in my head, seriously, this is really what happened. Luminate, marinate. So ruminate is literally marinating and illuminating. I mean, it's funny. It's funny to me. But anyway, let's read it. Ruminate, it's a verb. A verb is an action word. It means to think deeply about something. Two, of a ruminant, to chew the cud. I don't know what a ruminant is. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Now I gotta. So I get it though, because you know how you gotta think of something sometimes. You know how like you gotta chew on it. You know what I mean? Or you gotta like you gotta dwell on it. You know, that's what that means. So they talking about to chew on it, but I don't know what a ruminant is. So I gotta look up a ruminant. Ruminant. Hoofed, herbivorous, grazing or browsing mammals. Okay, cool. Now I know. Other definition. Ruminate, to think deeply. I already read that. Let's check out Webster's. Ruminate, verb, to go over in the mind repeatedly and often. So to go over in the mind, that's the illuminate part. And then repeatedly and often, that's the marinate part. Often casually or slowly. And then, second, the same thing, chew repeatedly for an extended period of time. I like that because it's like the physical mixed with also the mental, like the physical act of chewing on something and then also the mental act of chewing on something. I guess we could pause that if anybody really cares. But so I'll go to this one. So this is what I was ruminating on. Apparently, your president spoke last night. There you go. You paused me. A cute ass nigga. Yeah. So apparently your president spoke last night. And you guys know me well enough to know that I don't care at all. And I didn't feel the need to even like I didn't feel the need to even get a grasp of what he was going to cover because I just don't believe these people. It's like the more that I hear him speak, the more that I am bothered, or the more that I feel the need to prove it wrong or go and find the actual truth. So for real, it's like obsolete. Not obsolete. It's like it's pointless. It's literally just pointless for me to pursue these things, knowing that one, they're lying to me, and two, I'm not going to do the research necessary to find the bottom of the truth. You know what I mean? So anyway, I woke up to this by Action News on ABC. They ain't even verified, bro. They need to get blue chipped up or at least gold chipped up. Sheesh. All right, breaking. The U.S. State Department on Thursday advised all U.S. citizens worldwide to exercise increased caution due to increased tensions in various locations around the world. So literally, that's their way of saying Russia mad at us, China mad at us, and now all these other Muslim countries is mad at us because we took Israel's side. So y'all should probably expect for some type of violence to be brought on. I don't know. I'm not really into the fear mongering thing. I guess the only thing I would say is do your research, get yourself a gun, get a Bible, get a lawyer, take some shooting classes, learn the law, read the word. What else I got for you? I don't got much else for you, man. Just try to keep a clear head. Don't panic. If everybody running left, try to look both ways before you run with them. That's all. That's the only thing I really got to say about them. Speaking of looking both ways before you run with somebody, look at this shit.
He owns over 1,600 units, and I'm at Caesar.
That's Caesar.
Caesar is flipping NJ is my partner in New
Right.
Jersey. He owns over 1,600 units in New Jersey and all throughout the country.
Caesar was in prison before.
Caesar was in prison. Caesar was
Wow.
locked up, and he learned how to do real estate in prison.
In prison. Wow.
He learned how to do it in prison.
We got to bring Caesar up here one day.
Yeah, he'd love to do it.
And shout out to my guy, the credit dude, man.
Yeah. So with Caesar, he taught me how to do
Caesar
it the
ain't
right
going
way.
up
He
there.
taught me, why he was like, his first thing is, why are you using your money? I said, what you mean? He said, you don't use your money. You use other people's money to get these deals. And started teaching me the game of how to do it without using
And
minimum
we should have
money.
kept that to
And
itself.
that's what I've been trying to teach people. When I first got into real estate, I called 3 people. I called Clue.
Mm-hmm.
I called Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
I called Joe Budden.
Mm.
Right? My Desert Storm family. And I said, hey, guys, I'm doing real estate. This is something that I think that, you should invest a little bit of money in, try it out, and that way you
When the
can
last
do it.
time y'all heard somebody say
Joe
Desert
Budden
Storm?
told me it was a Ponzi scheme, and I was going to go,
Desert Storm. Banana. Sorry.
this is something that I think that, you should invest a little bit of money in, try it out, and that way you can do it. Joe Budden told me it was a Ponzi scheme, and I was going to go to jail. Fab was like, I'll call you back. And Clue was like, nah, it's not for me. But I tried to teach them how to do it because I wanted my brothers to eat.
Damn. So he said Joe literally told him, that's a Ponzi scheme. You're going to jail. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I just figured I'd show y'all that. None of them, not one of them was with it. But Joe was real enough to tell him, you probably shouldn't involve yourself with that shit either, though. Not that I'm the biggest Joe fan, but just more so saying. Clue was like, not for me. You know what I'm saying? Fab was like, I'll call you back. Joe was like, nah, you going to jail. So it's like, it's funny. Sometimes the real friends is the ones that seem like they hurting you or seem like they not necessarily supporting you, but shit. I think the realest one was the one who told him, you're going to jail, in my opinion. And then also I saw somewhere that his wife, Envy's wife, she's taken down her Instagram post of all her like expensive purchases and stuff over the year. Sucks for him, man. I don't think jail is for nobody, but at the same time, rich people stealing from poor people also fucking sucks. Clue did it? Wait. Oh, nah. Let's see. I'm not even going to do it on this, John. DJ Clue. What should I type? Implicated? DJ Clue. No, I'll type in real estate. I'll just type in real estate. DJ Envy's ex-business partner busted by feds. DJ Envy's former business partner Caesar. Okay, real estate. No DJ Clue in this article. DJ Envy speaks on real estate scam rumors on the Breakfast Club. DJ Envy is currently facing. Okay, no DJ Clue. DJ Envy Breakfast Club real estate scam house flipper tied to DJ Envy charged with Ponzi like, and they still talking about Pena. Yeah, no. I mean, on the surface, obviously, you see, I didn't do very much research, but on the surface, no, it doesn't look like Clue's name is attached to any of these articles, as you can see here. Missing DJ Clue. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Clue is innocent for now, for the moment. Did y'all see? Actually, I know Azor saw it because Azor sent it to me, but I guess I might as well go into that. This was supposed to be somebody's breakdown of the speech last night. Anyway, long story short, did y'all watch that speech last night? Did y'all listen to the president speak? He's basically asking for a bunch of bread. I looked at it. I checked it out. I really did. I basically went around against everything that I just said, which is I said that I don't care. What's the point of watching it? Because I'm not going to do my research to figure out whether he's telling me the truth or not. And so with that said, I did watch the daggone speech about 15 minutes before the stream started. And I didn't take very much away from it, to be honest with you. I heard a lot of things, but it was a lot of double talk. Like, it was a couple of lies that I could actually prove and identify as lies. But then there was also a lot of perspective and perception switching. So it just really kind of made me like, why do I listen to these people? Why would I listen to these people? So it's crazy. Like, I don't want to be the kind of person that can't control my emotions. And I also don't want to be the kind of person that has emotional reactions to things that don't warrant them. And very few things warrant emotional reactions, right? I mean, maybe like sentiment, you know, like your kid draws a picture for you. Yeah, emotionally react to that. But nah, not in very many cases. So I started looking at this dude and getting upset. So I was like, damn, I don't like that about myself. I don't like that about politics. Is it wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me? I don't know, but something I need to look at, delve deeper into on a personal kind of note. All right, so you sent me this. I ain't even read this, dog. I didn't look at it, but I was like, all right, I guess there's got to be a time for everything. So this is the original, and I'm talking about Azor. Azor sent me that. Excuse me. The water is going to be necessary soon. I don't even know if it's next to me. It's right there. All right. Y'all seen this video? I seen this, bro, and I couldn't necessarily even tell what was going on. So I didn't want to just be like talking on stuff what I don't know. Yo, unrelated. So that's a Tesla, right? When I first watched this, I was thinking, you can't drive away because it's a Tesla. A Tesla not gonna let you kill nobody. It's not gonna let you hit nobody. That's what I was thinking. Then I was like, damn, never buy a smart car in the apocalypse. Never. I don't want to see nobody get hurt.
Fuck this car up! What the fuck, bro?
How y'all mad that he hurt people? They punching it with their fists? There was cops there too. The cops was telling everybody to back up and chill. I saw that John from a couple different angles. I have no idea what that was, yo. What did I witness just now? If anybody could tell me, man, I'd appreciate it. So anyway, Azor, you sent me this. I'm gonna grab my water while I have a moment. I'm gonna make a moment. Yeah, that was needed. That was absolutely. That was absolutely necessary. Anyway, so I hate it when I don't know nothing about something. Chicago lawmaker wants to fine parents up to $5,000 each for their out of control children. Okay, so these is kids, right? Cool. What makes them think that parents control how their children behave? Bill Cosby getting love on the Twitter streets? What? No, get out of here. You think it's over now? Like, we can start doing that again? He's uncanceled? You think he uncanceled? Oh shit. All right. Finally, this guy, man. This guy always saying something that I don't agree with and doesn't seem relevant at all. This is great news. Maybe parents will start parenting again. What's up with y'all? How is it? All right, listen, bro. If I suck as a parent and my kid is out of control, why would me giving money to the government or the police make me a better parent? Why would that make me a better parent? Why not make me take some of that money and force me to go to some type of counseling classes, some type of family counseling classes with my child? Or maybe you could help the child instead of looking at him like a criminal and just try to take bread from him or put him in a cage. Maybe you could use that money, right? If you're going to get the parents the fun stuff, you could use the money that the parents have to make them put their children in some type of um, behavioral specialists or something like that. Like not necessarily, you know, jail, but somebody like a Big Brother or something like that, or like one of those programs. You know, you can sign something up. Like make them play a sport, dude. Send them into some extracurriculars. Make them sign up for chess club or something. Like people need to. Like I noticed something about my young boy. When I leave him alone, he gets into shit, man. He just gets into all types of stuff, and I can't necessarily control it. But you know what? Also, I can't be mad at it because if I don't give him something to stimulate his mind, he's going to go and try to stimulate it on his own, and he's not knowledgeable enough to find out how to stimulate it in positive and productive ways. So what he gonna do is he gonna go take some scissors and cut something up that doesn't need to be cut, or he's gonna take some matches and burn something up that doesn't need to be burned, and it's gonna cost me money at the end of the day, and it's gonna make me mad. Exactly, kids always need stimuli. So it's my job. It's literally my job to come up with things for him to do, places for him to go, ways for him to be. It seriously, because if I'm not intentional about it, then it's gonna happen by accident. And when the last time you seen a happy accident? When the last time an accident resulted in just the greatest thing ever? Like ultimately, you got to have some type of intentionality about these things. So I just realized recently, within probably the last month or so, I just realized that I have to like prime time. Like when he's home, that's prime time for me. If he's in this house, that's prime time. I gotta be FaceTime. That's FaceTime, me and him. I have to have something for him constantly to do. Y'all want to see something crazy? Let me show y'all something crazy. This is my room. Like I live here, right? This is what's next to me. You can't see it because it's yellow, but that's a desk with his name tag on it. Because my boy sits here and we do everything together. But with that said, that's because I don't necessarily have all the resources in the world to send him somewhere or put him in something. But at the same time, we can be intentional. We could spend these times together, and then that way, when he's doing something, I know what he's doing. I'm aware of what he's doing. He ain't like, believe me. I could send him. I could have him not in front of me for 2 days, and those 2 days, all types of craziness can happen. Or those same 2 days could be me and him working on bettering ourselves together. Me and him playing something. Me and him reading something. Me and him literally just being together. So I think that's what's important. I think it's stupid to try to take money from parents and then tell them to convince them to try to take money from parents in an effort to make them better parents. I think that's crazy backwards. I think if you want to try to make them better parents, I think you should go to the better parent makers, wherever they are in this world. I'm pretty sure somebody specializes in that, and give them the money and tell them, yo, connect. You be better. You help them to get better. Let's do that with the daggone money. I don't know. Assuming that people end up having to pay for these things. But that's my thought on it. Let's go look at Will Smith's response. He got back. He figured it out. He been hearing all the stuff y'all been saying in the streets. And he finally, he got back.
My opinion of the. I got something for you. Here's the thing. So, my opinion of the. I got.
So, they're using us, guys. They are using us, man. You guys got to understand. Attention marketing, guys. Attention marketing. What up, Ish? It's attention marketing. Attention marketing. Attention marketing. We all talking about Jada. So it's two things. It's only two ways that this could go. Either they're in cahoots, and this is actually a group thing, and we're all talking about it. So they're harnessing it. They're using that. They're using all of our attention, right? Jada selling books. She getting her clicks up, her streams up, her followers up. That's putting money on her name. That's putting momentum behind her brand, right? Meanwhile, it's all pointing back to my gentleman here, and everybody's been waiting for my gentleman to say something. And my gentleman basically just, he's going to put something, he's going to find a way to harness this and put it back in his pocket too. Now, whether or not they're in cahoots, I can't be sure about that. And whether this is a genuine dispute, I can't be sure about that. But what I can say is, as business people, as celebrities, they're going to find a way to turn all of this, all of our attention into money. They're going to find a way to do that. And I'm not mad at it. Now, I will say though, I'm done talking about it. So, my man Azor said it real well. Hey, look, if he ain't going to take it seriously, why should I? What the heck is this? Rod Wave jumped off a balcony and went through the floor at his show. Balls need to stop, man. That's not something I meant to talk about. This is just twittering. X is Xing. Alright, we did that. That's pretty much everything on that end. Let's see what else we got going on here. Hey yo, I don't know if none of y'all know who Peter Thiel is, but this wasn't for y'all, this was for me. Peter Thiel wrote a book called 0 to 1 that I read a long time ago. Basically inspired me on a bunch of different levels. Man's also created PayPal and a company called Palantir back in the day, which was like turned into Fiverr, kinda, that same thing. But anyway, he's an FBI informant. Crazy. Never know. Never know people. You know, you never know people. Alright. So with that said, let's see, doing too much. Yo, for real, doing too much at these shows. Hey, but look though, he went viral. He got what he wanted. He went viral. He was trying to go through the roof, messed around and went through the floor. Y'all like that? I just came up with that. Anyway, let's get into this prison industrial complex series again. As you guys know, I've been talking about the prison industrial complex, and as I said yesterday, it's a very deep and interconnected and interwoven system of networks. So it's not just one thing that's stealing and killing, it's many things stealing and killing in different ways. So yesterday we talked about Global Tel-Link, which, here you go, the price gouging phone company that profits off of love, charging prisoners up to $17 for a 15-minute phone call. We talked about that. So today we're going to talk about Corazon. I think it's Corazon, unless it's Corazon. I don't know.
Guess what corporation makes an estimated $1.4 billion a year off sick prisoners? Meet Corizon, the country's largest prison healthcare company. Corizon treats more than 300,000 prisoners nationwide. The word treats is used loosely.
My son is incarcerated in the Arizona Department of Corrections in Tucson, contracted hepatitis C. It is damaging his liver, and eventually will do the cirrhosis of the liver, go into liver cancer, and will kill him eventually if not treated. He is treatable and curable, but not receiving the proper treatment.
My partner, Thomas Vogt, and he's been incarcerated here in Tucson, Arizona since 1994. He has an enlarged prostate, and there's also a growth there that needs a biopsy.
How many people you think watch these videos and think to themselves, or even say out loud, well, tell them don't go to jail then? Because you know that opinion actually exists, right?
Hello? We're talking about you. Did you get your pain meds yet?
No. I'm in constant pain. I can't even sit now. They just ignore it.
I cannot tell you how many of the same kinds of stories we hear on a daily, weekly basis. This is what we call malpractice in the medical field.
We save money because we skip the ambulance and bring them right to the morgue. Diane Jackson, nurse at Corizon. In fact, they save so much money, they can pay their CEO nearly $1 million.
We are the industry pioneers. We are the innovators. Our team is unmatched.
That was 2009, so I'm sure he gets paid like at least 50% more now.
In knowledge and passion.
6 employees have resigned after 2 inmates at Metro Corrections here in Louisville died this year.
Now, those employees are not corrections officers, but workers with Corizon, Louisville's jail healthcare contractor.
There's no question that Corizon is profiteering from mass incarceration in this country.
My son's being told they have no protocol for treating anybody with hepatitis C, so they don't have permission to even give them medicine to prevent the hepatitis C.
There are no medical services being provided, in my opinion.
Corizon's getting taxpayer money in 29 states, and they're vying for more.
The profit motive is inherently at odds with the mission of a correctional institution. There will always be a perverse incentive not to rehabilitate, not to treat.
They need help, and we can't help them. The only thing we can do is fight for them.
Fight the prison profiteers at prisonprofiteers.org. Click here.
I don't feel like that was all that informative, to be honest with you. That John wasn't like, oh my God. All right, well, I will say this then. I'll tell you a personal story. I had an uncle who was arrested long time ago. He was like, he had like one leg, right? So he was already on certain types of medications and such. And when he got to prison, like he went to prison, he was relatively healthy, right? But once he got to prison, obviously he had developed a infection. And then, you know, after a couple of months, it got worse, obviously. It didn't get better. I don't know why. But it got worse. And then they had to amputate more of his leg. So they did that because they said it was going to save his life. They needed to do it. So they did that. And then he continued. That John got worse. And the infection continued to spread. And eventually, when my aunt went to go visit him, she was saying like, yo, he's delusional. He ain't even himself. And I found out, like, my mom's a nurse and shit. So she was saying that happens to people who are like infection can actually spread to the brain. Infections spread to the brain. And then you lose mental faculties if left unchecked. Right? So anyway, he died within like a year or so from infection. And they said like he had gangrene and all of this other shit you're not supposed to have in 2020. But yeah. So anyway, they had like a case going or whatever, and my family was trying to say like that there was like gross negligence and what she say, medical malpractice and such. But nothing ever came of it, and we don't really have any money to be like getting mad lawyers and fighting the system. Not that way, at least. So that's my personal experience, and from what I've heard and what I've seen from this type of thing. But I can't necessarily speak to how people profit off of that. I have heard people in my family say like they was experimenting on them and stuff like that, but those are just claims. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not here to necessarily spread something I can't prove. But that's my own experience, and like I said, I can't necessarily figure out how that lines up with profit, but it is what it is. It be what it be. So let's brighten it up a little bit. What was it? To me, it was crazy. King of Kings. Yeah, that is messed up. Let's get on to something a little brighter. Are y'all good at small talk? Y'all like small talk? So, I'm a bartender, man. So, small talk is actually a part of my business. So, I'm pretty well at it. I used to hate it. I used to suck at it. But apparently, I got better at it from practicing. So I came across this article today, and I thought it was kind of relevant to what I do. I don't know if it's relevant to what all of y'all do, I know for a fact a couple of y'all is in sales, but I also know like sometimes it's just not easy to relate to people. As a bartender, I started watching sports because I figured it might be easier to relate to people. Like I could small talk a whole lot easier if I was actually clued into what's going on in sports. And as you know, I'm a fanatic now. It got out of control. So anyway, use this foolproof system to keep lively conversation going with just about anyone. The pandemic may have been officially over for a while, but all signs point to the fact that many people are still finding their feet socially. Searches for what to talk about at work have risen over the past 2 years. Social media is peppered with stories of people struggling to remember how to talk to other humans, and mental health professionals have noted an uptick in social anxiety. A 2022 study suggests that COVID changed our personalities, nudging us to be less extroverted and agreeable. That's scary. I don't like it. Of course, many people have always struggled with talking to strangers. I used to. I used to be a kind of shy kid. The pandemic, every friend that I made when I was a kid was because those people came up to me and became my friend. For real. Hey, chill, Azor. What you saying? What's BS, bro? I said I used to be. What's BS, bro? You gotta elaborate, man. What up, King of Kings? I ain't say that earlier. I forgot to say that. You made me lose my spot. Of course, many people have always struggled with talking to strangers. The pandemic seems just to have made us that much more awkward, which is a shame because science shows that, though we sometimes dread it, interacting with other humans reliably makes us happier. For entrepreneurs, social graces can be a powerful way to build relationships and increase your chances of success. So if you're going, sorry, so if you're among the many who sometimes panic when you have to make small talk, is there a solution? I've written up plenty of lists of possible conversation starters here on Inc.com in the past, but I recently came across a framework that struck me as even easier to remember and implement. It's called the Ford Method. Ford. And learning it will hopefully banish conversational awkwardness from your life. Now, see, this is funny. This sounds like the tone of this whole thing doesn't sound very serious, but to be honest, I mean, if you're a professional or if you work in a group setting, office setting, or anywhere where you got to deal with people that aren't necessarily your friends, this is useful. It's just gosh darn useful across the board. Okay, 4 letters for better conversation. The problem for many of us when it comes to talking to strangers is thinking up questions to keep the conversation ball rolling. I read a book a long time ago called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And the whole point of that book was him saying that people love to talk. People love to talk. And you know what else? They love to talk about themselves more than anything. So if you can become good at asking open-ended questions, not only will people think you are amazing because you'll give them the chance to talk about themselves, but they'll also think that you're insightful because you're a good listener if you don't interrupt too much and let them go ahead and talk about themselves. They will also think that you're the funnest person in the world to hang out with because you let them talk about themselves. That was pretty much the framework of that book. So it's funny. I use that already. So when I meet people and I talk to people, if people ask me open-ended questions, I'm always like, yo, you good at this. You use my method, right? But I also, like, Ish, you one of those people. Like, people who ask open-ended questions, I perceive them as wise, even though I already know the method, right? The pandemic made King of Kings more assertive. People like to hear their name. People like to hear themselves talk. Absolutely. Self-affirmation. I've taken Dale Carnegie training for work. My guy, Planet. I read that joint just because it was on the list. I had to touch it. Anyway, where are we at? This seems easy enough. Oh, we're talking about keeping the conversational ball rolling. This seems easy enough in theory, but as anyone with even a touch of shyness can tell you, it becomes markedly more difficult when you're several seconds into an awkward pause and your mind goes blank with panic. Avoiding this dreaded moment, therapist Nicole Artz explains on Social Self, can be as easy as memorizing the acronym FORD. FORD stands for 4 big topics of small talk: family, occupation, recreation, dreams. And it can guide you to come up with questions to keep the conversational ball going. Arts offers example questions for each category. Family. Do you have any siblings? How did you two meet? How old is your child? Hey, yo, y'all ever notice, I don't know if this is a black or white thing or like a cultural or regional thing, but I notice most of my white friends, or even most of the white folks that I work with, they'll talk about their partner or their spouse or whatever, and they will never tell me who they are. They'll just be like, they'll just be doing their thing, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, me and Carly always do that." And I'm just sitting there. They never tell me who Carly is, but they just expect me to know because they use that. You know what I mean? Nobody said like my white friends never say my wife this or my wife that. They always say like, yeah, Jody and the kids. Da, 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 da. I'm sitting there like, who's up? Okay, I just got to take the context. But it's funny, I don't hear black folks doing that very often. Y'all have experienced that? Anyway, how did you meet? If you're meeting a couple for the first time, how old is your child? How old is your sister, brother, mother? Da, 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 da. Oh, how is your sister, brother, mother doing since da 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 da? When I know somebody's a parent, immediately go to the kids. I say, "Oh, you got kids? How old are they?" And once I know how old they are, now, bam, we in there. And no matter what age they say, you can always look at them and be like, that's a tough age." And then they'll open up more about it. It's funny. People funny. Okay, let's move on to occupation. I'm in the way, dog. How come y'all ain't tell me I was in the way? All right. So anyway, occupation. What do you do for a living? How do you like working at da 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 da? Yeah, I do that all the time. I'll be like, as soon as I get to a job, because I change jobs often enough. As soon as I get to a job, I'm like, so you like working here? How long you been here for? For real? Oh, that's what's up. What is your favorite part of your job? What made you interested in becoming a blank? Or if you're talking to someone who is still in college or training, so what are you majoring in? Yeah, I talk to the kids like that, the teenagers. Oh, what are you interning in right now? What are you hoping to do after you complete your degree? Word. Nice, nice, nice. So occupation education, that's the O. Let's get to the R. Recreation. This is sports for me right there. What do you like to do for fun? Have you ever watched popular show or book, right? Recreation. What you be doing to chill, man? So you got a gym membership? Cause you jacked, right? I don't know. What are you up to this weekend? See, that's a little bit forward right there. That's a bit much. Anyway, then dreams. Ooh. People like to be empathized with. Cause we don't. What you mean we don't? Oh, funny how you say that. Funny you say that. This is kind of separate, but you ever watch a movie and white people meet for the first time and be like, call me, but never exchange numbers? That's funny. That's funny. That's very funny. Um, what's something you'd like to try in the future? Okay. Okay. So you think you're gonna be here 5 years from now? I do that at work a lot. I'll be like, yeah. So you think you're gonna be here five? Hey, yo, Bob, you been here for a minute, right? Yo, you think you're gonna be here 5 years from now? Let Bob talk for an hour and a half, bro. Bob, my best friend now. Would you ever consider trying blank blank? Consider hobby. Okay. Also, don't be boring. I like that. Okay, wait. Let me not skip this. Use reasonable judgment when coming up with the four method questions. This should go without saying. Yeah, because I said like, what are you doing this weekend? That's mad forward. It's totally invasive and rude to ask them why they don't have kids. Common sense applies. Also, don't be boring. It's also kind of important, she adds, to be willing and able to answer these standard questions yourself. You can't just interview another person and expect to establish a meaningful relationship. Yes, give and take, give and take, give and take. Mutual. Oh, look, she said that. In other words, you need a mutual. Wow, she said mutual too. Take and give. Pay attention to someone else's answers and think about how you can draw from your own experiences. All right, yeah, so I think we got that. That's pretty cool. All right, so with that said, let's get on to the quote. Hopefully the day wasn't too dark for y'all. So I was gonna do Sam Walton this morning because I read his book and I found that book to be very inspiring. That's the dude that invented Walmart, discovered Walmart, founded Walmart. But all his quotes was about working in retail. All his quotes was about providing great customer service, basically. And that's not always applicable for everybody. And I kind of want to make it easy for people. Where was I at? So I ended up with George Washington Carver. I don't know why. And the first thing that popped up when he said this, I was like, I'm going with this right here. So, how far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant with the weak and strong. Tolerant of the weak and strong. Because someday in your life, you will have been all of these. I'm going to do that one more time. How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak and strong. Because someday in your life, you'll have been all of these. I think that fits with the tenor of what we're talking about today. And I also think that's a nice little positive note to roll out on. I appreciate y'all for showing up once again. Hope y'all enjoyed the time. And I hope y'all can take something productive away from this. And it's Friday, so y'all have a wonderful weekend, man. Enjoy your family. Take your time. Take some rest. Take some time to rest. Because we're going to be back up here on Monday, y'all. But also, look into this thing, though. Look into this. Because like I said, I ain't on no fear-mongering-ish, but you always got to be prepared. Always be prepared. Don't over-prepare. Don't under-prepare. But prepare. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, check that out. Look into that. See if you hear any more about that or whatever. Because, you know, the State Department. That's who's supposed to have said that. The State Department. But, anyway. If y'all ain't follow your boy A Fancy Clown already. All these videos get re-uploaded to YouTube. So you could go to YouTube and subscribe to A Fancy Clown. You can also check out TRN Podcasts on Spotify and Apple and all the podcast places. You can also follow the TRN Podcast on Twitter. We be on there talking good stuff daily. Also, you can check out the Fancy Clown Discord. There's some cool stuff on there sometimes. Pretty soon, I'm going to be making the AI art on there public. So that'll be cool. And lastly, thanks, Planet. Beat me to the punch. Lastly, peace, man. Peace. And don't forget to be sympathetic and compassionate and all that stuff, because your ass gonna need somebody to change your diapers too if you get lucky. If you don't get lucky, you're just gonna die. Bye, y'all. I love y'all. Trying to find a good song for y'all.
I think the notion is that people tend to think that if you're successful and you're an athlete, everything is he's a choir boy, he's good in two shoes, he didn't hurt anybody, he didn't offend anybody, and that's farthest from the truth.
The more accomplished the person is, the more driven they are. And the more they will not only step on you, they will go over you in order to accomplish their goal. And maybe
you're in the right frame of mind to help them accomplish that goal, and they will bring you along. So I am not the least surprised.
Shout out B for the motivation. My mama getting older and I know she waiting. Shout out Tone, he be praying for me. Salute me cause I be staying hungry. I'm on my own now. It's up to me to get it on my own now. I'm on my own now. It's only me, I gotta stay strong now. My empire, who gon' make it for me? Headshots, who gon' take them from me? Hurry, out of patience for me. They won't call me back until I make it fully. Was 10 deep when we started. So many ways got parted. I was trying my hardest. Nah, I don't know where your heart is. You on your own now. It's up to you to get it on your own now. You on your own now. It's only you, you gotta stay strong now. And I'ma show 'em how. $250,000 home now. And I know now. Not afraid to leverage up alone now. Not afraid to go outside my zone now. Sometimes you gotta take and put your own crown on. I just got a text that said it's going down. But I'ma stay inside the crib and work on my songs. I ain't left once, been up all night long. I got 3 friends, they all know what I'm doing. I gotta show these kids a couple things before I'm gone. God from the devil and the right from the wrong. When they say God, when they say God, when they say God, when they say God, it's about more than the bag. When they say God, when they say God, when they say God, so many words that I use every day that I probably shouldn't. I would probably change how I talk, but they would call me Hollywood. I'm on my own now. It's up to me to get it on my own now. I'm on my own now. It's only me, I gotta stay strong now.